Hey guys, Nick Biddle here. Hope you're doing well. Coming into this week's Leadership Drip, going through a series on mental toughness. And right now I'm dirty, I'm tired, I'm sweaty, I'm bleeding somewhere. I don't know where yet, but I see blood. It's not a big bleed. But this morning I've been doing physically taxing work. I've been digging foundation out of a creek with a neighbor of mine. It's not fun. It's hot, sweaty. It's 98% humidity. It's 94 degrees, and dadgum mosquitoes are the size of hummingbirds. It's just not fun. But what we're talking about is mental toughness, not physical toughness. Now, 2 days ago, I had to deal with something that required mental toughness, and I don't claim to be the mentally toughest person out there. But I'm building a house. Some of you know that. I think I could show you. So there's the house under construction. That's the back of it. And we're out here on our farm, and we've got about 120 acres here, and I've dug a pond. And let me see if I can show you the pond. So there's the pond. Well, one of the things that I wanted to do was build a pond where the kids around here, we've got a few neighbors, they got little kids, can catch fish. And so I got a hold of a neighbor of mine a few miles away, and he's got a catfish pond that is overrun with channel cat. He wanted me to take some of them out of there. And so we seined out about 40 channel cat between 1 and 4 pounds. And I put them in this pond, and I started feeding them. And I tell you, every time I go out there, the water just swells, and these fish just come alive. And I could not wait for some of these little kids around here to start hooking some of these fish, because I'm going to feed them, and I'm going to make them fat. You know, I want it to break. I want to tear their Snoopy pole completely up. That's what I want to do. Well, two days ago, I came out here to feed the fish, and nothing came to the surface. And I thought, you know, that was odd. The night before, we got a big rain, like 2.5 inches of rain in about 2 hours. I mean, it came fast. And we had a lot of runoff. And I thought, well, maybe a lot of my fish washed over the spillway because the pond did overflow. And I went to the mouth of the pond where the water was coming in, because I know fish like to swim upstream. And all my catfish were dead. Every one of them. And I don't know why. Maybe they got caught up in the grass, possibly. Maybe there was a contaminant in the neighbor's field upstream of mine, you know, because they got all their runoff. And maybe the water's contaminated, probably. But these healthy catfish and perch, little perch, looked like they had plenty of water, just dead everywhere. And I wanted to have a temper tantrum, but it didn't help, or it wouldn't help. You know, I think mental toughness is about how big of problems that we can solve. How big a problem can you solve? I think our value is determined not by how big a temper tantrum we can throw, not by how big of a scene we can make, not even how big a problem we can identify, but how big a problem can you solve? You want to become more valuable in life, start solving bigger problems. Those problems you're sending up the chain of command to your boss that you can't handle. Start solving those problems, you're going to become more valuable. And I don't know why all the fish in my pond died, and it's just heartbreaking. But I'm going to figure it out. I mean, I'm going to take a water sample into the extension office, and we're going to get the water tested, and we're going to figure out why they died. And then we're going to start over. And I know there's times on your jobs when you've gotten to a certain phase, or you've gotten past a certain milestone, and then all of a sudden the client changes their mind, or you figure out there was a mistake made, and you got to tear it out and you got to start over. And at that point, if you lose your cool, you don't help anybody. Sometimes you just got to pick up a shovel and get back to work. Mental toughness, we talked about last week, is really being able to be prepared for what happens, what goes wrong. I wasn't prepared to find all my fish dead, but I went back to the house, I got crews, and we grabbed a shovel and we buried them. And now we're going to get back to work to figuring out why they died and try to get them stocked up back up again, because that's all we can do. And I know my little problems down here, nothing like what you guys face. But this week, I want to encourage you, when you do get surprised by something, when you do come across something that just makes you want to cuss and scream and throw a hammer, take a step back, figure out, how do we solve this problem? I guarantee it'll pay dividends for you in the future. Guys, I hope you're doing well. Till next time, take care.